Hello and welcome to today's NinjaTrader ecosystem event, 6 things the best day traders do differently with Steve Wheeler of NaviTrader. My name is Thomas and I'm a platform representative here at NinjaTrader. Now, before we start the webinar today, I have a few housekeeping notes. Now, this webinar is presented by NinjaTrader LLC, which is a technology company responsible for developing and supporting the NinjaTrader trading software. Brokerage-related questions should be directed to the NinjaTrader brokerage team using the phone number or email on this screen. And if you are new to NinjaTrader, please make sure you sign up for your free NinjaTrader demo with real market time data. Our platform is always free for advanced charting, strategy back testing, and trade simulation. You can get your free demo account by clicking the link on the screen. And before I turn the mic over to Steve, it is important to understand that futures, foreign currency, and options trading contain substantial risk and is not suitable for every investor. It is possible to lose all or more than the initial investment. Risk capital is money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading, and only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. And please remember that these training sessions are not solicitation or recommendation, but simply educational in nature. Thank you again for joining us today. Without further ado, it's my pleasure to welcome to the NinjaTrader webinar room, Steve Wheeler.
All right. Thank you, Thomas, for that introduction. Welcome, everyone. This is Steve Wheeler. Here at NaviTrader, we've been here 20 years now, so developing automated signals for traders. I trade every day live in the futures markets, primarily in the NASDAQ and the NASDAQ and the E-mini primarily. So that's what we're going to be focusing on here today. By the way, if you will send an email to support@navitrader.com, we'll make sure that you get your free trader gifts, a new e-report that we come up with on human factors of trading and how to control them, critical steps before, during, and after trading, how to determine your risk versus reward for trading, and how to develop a trading plan that works for you, and free access to our traders educational video website. So just send an email to support@navitrader.com. We'll make sure you get all that. Just as kind of an introduction here, what we're going to cover today are we talked about the 6 things that traders do differently that succeed, and I'm assuming that's what everyone wants to do. You want to trade with the trend. You want to use a systematic approach, keep your emotions in check, manage risk, and treat trading as a business. Eliminate mistakes. Okay, and then the last one, they don't give up. Just like anything in life, you have to continue to persist and break through any roadblocks that you found to success. All right, so trading. Essentially with the futures trading, we're really finding directional trades, long or short. The futures markets offer a great opportunity because no matter what the market's doing, every day in the markets we have moves in both directions, so you could take advantage of those moves both up and down just by taking short trades on a down move, long trades on an up move. All right, so what we're going to do today is show you what I would consider some pretty amazing tools. I use them every day in my own trading. One of the things that you need to do to be successful in trading, most of us have heard this, let your winners run. But the problem is most people don't really have a tool that shows them how to do that. All right, so we're going to show you some nice tools today. We'll show you how to stay with a trade to take advantage of the bigger move. All right, so this is an example of our trendicator charts, and I'm going to just show you a time-lapse video here where we had a long signal. This is on the E-mini. Long signal, that green arrow is a signal to go long. And now we're running a course here in the NinjaTrader platform. By the way, the only platform that we support is NinjaTrader. I want to compliment NinjaTrader on providing some amazing tools for traders. If you're already using NinjaTrader, you already know what a great tool it is. If you're not, please take my advice and take advantage of these kinds of tools. When I first started trading, these tools did not even exist. And of course, because of that, made it pretty difficult to succeed. So you want to have, it's like anything else in life, you want to have the best tools and you want to know how to use those tools to your benefit. So here again, we've got a buy signal. This is on the E-mini. That's the green arrow. The green line underneath the price bars is called our Navi PM indicator. It is unique. Now, one of the features that we have with NinjaTrader version 8 is the ability to attach an order to an indicator. All right, so one way to use that capability is by attaching a trailing stop to the indicator. Now, the line that we're attaching to is the Navi PM indicator line. So here we came up, took advantage of that long trade, and then the market took us out. The trailing stop took us out of the trade. Very nice trade. And of course, that is a time-lapse video of what happened using our charts and indicators. All right, so again, the Navi PM indicator really consists of several things. It will give you the automated signals. You can see the green arrow is a buy signal. The green line underneath the price bars is a Navi PM indicator line. Again, as you saw just a few minutes ago, we can attach an order to an indicator. And again, one way of using that capability is with your trailing stops, just using a trailing stop and let the market take you out of the trade. All right, so the price bars you see on the screen too are called Navi bars. They are unique. You won't see them anywhere else. And you can see that the green bars with no gold frame are called power bars. And the bars with the gold frame we call consolidation bars. Now, one of the things that happens in any market is the market will move in a given direction. In this case, it moved up. And you can see along the line, we had a number of consolidations. And one thing that's unique to our charts is they will keep you in a trade through a consolidation. And I can't really overemphasize the importance of that. We've heard the thing, you want to have a positive expectancy in your trading. Well, the way to have a positive expectancy, which just means mathematically of the probability of success, is you have to take advantage of some of these big moves. You are going to have some small losing trades. So you need to offset those with large winning trades. Okay, so the math of trading, I like to say, is fairly simple. Small gains and large losses equate to losses. Small losses and large gains equate to gains. So that's really what it gets down to. That's why it's so important to let your winners run. All right, so we're going to have a couple of cases here. We're going to show you these trades. Now, the other one was a long trade. This is an example on this screen where we had a sell signal. Okay, so the magenta arrow is a sell signal. So the pink line that you see on the screen is the trailing stop. And the pink line is attached to the Navi PM indicator line. So as the market moves lower, that trailing stop will move down. All right, so again, a good example of taking advantage of these bigger moves. That's very critical to your trading, to take advantage of the bigger moves. Now, as we go along here today too, I'm going to talk as well about risk management. So we're going to cover that as well. So part of your success is trading with a systematic approach, letting your winners run, as you're seeing right here, and managing risk. All right, so no matter how good the signals are, nothing is going to work 100% of the time. Anybody that tells you otherwise is not being truthful with you. So, all right, so this is an example of just using the tools to take advantage of these bigger moves, trailing stop. Again, that trailing stop is a capability that's part of NinjaTrader 8. Now, the indicator line we're attaching to isn't a NaviTrader indicator line. So that's not something that comes with NinjaTrader natively. So the signal line is the Navi PM indicator. So again, you can see the market's continuing to go down. We're taking advantage of that move. And the trailing stop is the pink line, a buy stop. In a short trade, your buy stop is going to be your trailing stop. In a long trade, a sell stop would be your trailing stop. By the way, I think we posted a link in the room, or we will post a link. We will have a live session tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Eastern. So we want to invite everyone to join us for that. That way you'll see these charts under real-time market conditions. Okay, so 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, that's Friday morning, August 19th at 10 a.m. Eastern. All right, so again, here you can see we did have a little bit of a consolidation, market still moving down, and the trailing stop is continuing to be adjusted lower. And then there we came out of that trade with the trailing stop. All right, so that's all right. So again, you want to get into trades for a logical reason. All right, logical reasons are trade signals. All right, so here's a screen. This is the NASDAQ. This is actually 1 day, 1 day of trading here on the NASDAQ. So you can see we had move up, that number 1, number 2, a move down, number 3, a big move up, 4, a move down, and number 5, a move back to the upside. So that's 1 day of trading on the NASDAQ. All right, so here's a chart where we actually had a buy signal near the open on the NASDAQ, and the market, you can see that signal line remained green the entire day. So using the trailing stop in this particular day would have kept you in that trade long for the entire day. Okay, so that's the NASDAQ. Again, so here's another example on the E-mini. So number 1, we had that move down, number 2, a move up, 3, a move down, 4, a move up, and 5, a move back down toward the end of the day. I will answer some questions here as we go along. I do see a question, does the indicator work on weekly and daily time frames? Yes, it does. Works on any time frame. Also, with the NinjaTrader platform, NinjaTrader supports a number of different types of charts, Wrinkle charts, range charts, tick charts, volume charts, time-based charts. So I run a real-time room Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And the purpose of the room is to show people how to use these tools. I've been using these tools for more years than I want to think about. And even better than that, I've really refined, or here at NaviTrader, we've refined how we use these charts each day. All right, so here's an example of one signal where we moved up. You can see at the early in the morning, we had a buy signal and remained long the entire day. Now, does that happen every day? No, it doesn't. But this does happen in some occasions. The other way that you can use this, what I'm showing you here right now, is you can use this as a filter in your trading. Okay, so on a day like you're looking at right here, days like that, on these big trending days up or a big trending day down, one of the biggest mistakes that as traders we can make is trying to trade against these major moves. And that's one thing I wanted to cover here today, is trading with the trend. Okay, so how many people have traded for an entire day, and then at the end of the day, you looked at the charts and you saw that you were actually going in the wrong direction the entire day. And usually that doesn't turn out too well from a trading standpoint. All right, so another way of using this tool is to use it as a filter. You can see, and also even on a day like this that you see in this chart, even if you didn't take advantage of the entire move, Even if you take part of that move, still very good trade. All right, so again, here's an example of on the NASDAQ. This is a move down, followed by a move up, down, and then a move back up. All right, so NASDAQ chart. This is a Wrinkle chart. Now these charts too, let me mention that these are Navi Wrinkle charts. They are not normal Wrinkle charts. If you're used to looking at Wrinkle charts, you probably don't recognize what you're seeing here. These are Navi Wrinkle charts. The price bars are called Navi bars. And again, the line above or below the price bars is called the Navi PM indicator. That Navi PM indicator most commonly used as a trailing stop. There are ways that we show people how. All right, so again, here is a chart on the NASDAQ where we went long signal in the morning and actually stayed long through actually the close. Okay, so beyond the close. All right, so if you do have questions, I see some questions in the room. I'll kind of answer some of these as we go along. What's the name of the indicator? The indicator is called the Navi PM indicator. Okay, so that indicator is the Navi PM indicator. It's one of our NaviTrader indicators. It's unique to NaviTrader. See a question, can it be used for scalp trading? Yes, it can. We do teach some methods in the room for scalp trading. So if you prefer to do that kind of trading, you can do that as well. See a question, how do you determine the size of the Navi Wrinkle bar used on the chart? Actually, we do it through testing and observation. All right, so we've used these charts for many years. I use them every day in my own live trading and just through observation. What you can do is, what you want to do is set your brick size so that it will keep you in a trade for the bigger move. The larger the brick size, the more likely you are to stay in the trade for the bigger move. See a question, how do we access the indicator? The indicator, I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a few minutes. Here at NaviTrader, we offer these charts on a multi-year subscription, and we're going to show you a special as we go along here today on how you can take advantage of that. So we'll have a special offer for everyone in attendance at the end today. Okay, so these are the NaviTrader charts. You can see the automated signals. One question I get is, do these arrows print automatically? Yes, the green arrow is printed automatically on the screen. All right, so in addition to the charts, we also provide a market scanner. We call it the Trade Finder. And the Trade Finder analyzes a number of different technical indicators that we've developed here at NaviTrader. And when those all line up, either green or red, then the probability is we're going to see, if they're all green, then there's a pretty good chance of a move down. I usually like to go to the chart. So I use the market scanner is just to alert me to look at the chart. So here you can see on the, in this case, on the Dow, we had everything green all the way across. So when I see that, I would then go to the Dow chart and then decide if I want to take the trade based on the signals on the chart. But it's a nice tool, especially if you are monitoring many different markets. If you're only monitoring a couple markets, let's say NASDAQ and E-mini, then it's a little bit easier just to watch the charts. All right, so I see some questions in the room. I will address those as we go along. All right, so here's another chart. This is using the MNQ. By the way, I'm going to talk about risk management here in a little while. And one of the biggest mistakes I think that people make in trading is they're way over leveraged. All right, so if you're trading a smaller account, it's my position that if you're trading a small account, you should be trading the micro futures. Okay, you should be trading the micro futures. And there are many advantages of the micro futures. One is you can scale in and out of positions much easier without being overextended in your trading. If you feel as you're trading that you're under a lot of stress or duress, more than likely, I would say that you are over leveraged. Okay, so over leveraged. Okay, so if you're just starting out with futures and or trading a smaller account, start with the micro futures. Now the symbol for the NASDAQ is MNQ. The symbol for the E-mini is MES. There are micro contracts for the Dow, the Russell, also for things like the Euro futures, British pound futures, crude oil. So there are micro contracts for other instruments as well. All right, so again, hopefully you can see visually these charts are a nice tool to help you to take advantage of these bigger moves. Okay, so this is a big move up, big move down here. All right, so here we're going to show you another situation where we had a sell signal. This is a sell signal on the NASDAQ. Magenta arrow is a sell signal. Now, just so everyone will know too, the trailing stop, you can attach to that indicator line. And we show you how to do that in our training. And we also have a video on how to attach an order to an indicator. Okay, so we have a video on that, but it's pretty easy. You just get into the trade. If you're getting in with an ATM strategy, you've already got a buy or sell stop in the trade. Okay, so that one got out on the trailing stop. All right, so if you, with the automated trailing stop, if you're, let's say you're short and you go in with an ATM strategy, you already have a buy stop in. Essentially, all you do is you left click on the buy stop, hold while you're holding down your control key, and then you'll see a line on the screen that says attach, and then you literally just attach that to the trailing stop. Once you've done that, it will follow that indicator line down in the case of a short position or up in a long position. All right, so just to let you know too, we do also work well with other markets. Here's the 6E. I see some questions too. I will get to those questions. Okay, so 6E. Just want to show you that these charts will work under different markets. Here's also a 5-minute chart of the 6E. So just trading a 5-minute chart of the 6E. Here's the Dow futures, move up and a move down on the Dow futures. Here's crude oil. Okay, so crude move up and crude move down. Here's a gold chart, move down, up, and then you move back down. Euro futures, 6E, NASDAQ. All right, so here's another thing that I like to look for, and that is the same signal on two different correlated markets. Okay, NASDAQ and E-mini both gave us a sell signal in this case at the exact same time, 12:16 p.m. Both charts gave us the same signal at the same time. All right, so one of the things I like to do in my trading is put as many odds in my favor as possible. And this is an example of one way I like to do that. Just look for the same signal on two different correlated markets at the same time. Okay, here's the NASDAQ and E-mini, both sell signals at the exact same time. All right, so as I said before, I do recommend if you're new to trading or trading a smaller account, do trade with the micro futures. The nice thing about micros too is you can start out with a small position. You can add to the position if it's working for you, get out very quickly if it's not, with a very tiny loss. All right, so start with the micros. All right, so again, the other thing I mentioned earlier is take system trades. Take the trades where you have the signals. One of the things we mentioned earlier is try to get rid of those emotional trades. Okay, emotional trades are trades you're just taking based on a hunch. Okay, take trades based on an actual signal. All right, so you can see on this screen, the magenta arrow is the signal to go short. The line above the price bars is called the Navi PM signal line. So that can be used as an automated trailing stop. Here's one on the NASDAQ again. There's another chart on the MNQ, the NASDAQ micro contract. All right, so one of the questions we get too is, do we have alerts? Okay, so we get these signals. You can see on this screen, we've got the green arrow and the magenta arrow. Okay, when those signals occur, they will occur in the alerts. They'll show in the alerts window. Okay, they'll show in the alerts window. So here you can see I had a signal to go long on both the Russell and the E-mini. And you can see both those signals came in at the exact same time, right down to the second, 1:39 and 5 seconds PM. Okay, that's about as correlated as it's going to get. Okay, so again, here's the trade finder. It's our automated market scanner, which is provided as part of our subscription. All right, so here's a quote from Henry Ford, which I believe in. One of the things that you need in your trading is you need to have confidence. You need to be confident without being overconfident. One of the things that we provide here at NaviTrader is our risk management plan. If you send an email to support@NaviTrader.com, we'll make sure you get a copy of that. And it's probably one of the biggest areas I see, biggest downfalls for most traders is they don't manage risk correctly. All right, so I'm a pilot, and pilots use a checklist. In fact, whether you've been flying for 2 months or 40 years, you still use a checklist. All right, so why do pilots use a checklist? Well, it's because any mistake could cost them their life or their passengers their life. Same thing is true in trading. Mistakes can cost you your trading account. So let's get rid of those mistakes. Now, realistically, no matter how good you are, no matter how long you've been trading, occasionally you're probably going to make a mistake. All right, but what you want to do is keep them to an absolute minimum. All right, so mistake number one, don't be over leveraged. Number two, adopt a system. Number three, actually follow a system. One thing I hear from our users that when they start out using our charts, they have to learn to trust the indicators. Okay, so you have to learn to trust the indicators. Number four, let your winners run. I think I've demonstrated that here pretty well. Number five, cut your losers quickly. And that's done through several things. One, by using stops. And also not being over leveraged, actually keeping your losses small. Partly is a big function of not being over leveraged. Also, number six, eliminate mistakes. All right, so very quickly, best practices pre-trade checklist. Okay, so this morning we had unemployment claims at 8:30. So you want to be aware of these different things that are going on in the market. You can actually go to forexfactory.com and it will give you a pretty good list of what's going on from a news standpoint. So a couple of days ago, we had the FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. Eastern, and that was a market mover. 10:30 on Wednesdays usually have things like the petroleum status reports. You want to be aware of those things because they can very much move the markets. So if you know of any pending news, Number two, do I have conditions for entry? In other words, do you have a signal telling you to get into a trade? Number three, correct instrument. Am I trading the correct instrument? So make sure if your intent is to trade the micros and you're on a E-mini chart using Chart Trader, you're going to be trading the E-mini. All right, next one, stop and target strategy selected. That's part of the NinjaTrader platform, your ATM strategy. Have I selected the correct account? Okay, so if you want to trade your live account, but you're trading the sim account, make sure you're trading the right account. Nothing worse than making a really good trade and find out that you were still in sim mode. Not a good thing. Position sizing correct. Don't take on too much risk. And one of the ways to control risk is by sizing your positions correctly. Now, with the futures markets, it's pretty simple. It's just the number of contracts you're trading. We do publish a document giving you guidelines in terms of how many contracts we recommend based on your account size. Okay, so I see some more questions in the room. I'm going to try to get to those as we go along. All right, so as you're in a trade, make sure you're managing your stops. Now, if you're using the automated trailing stops, in NinjaTrader will actually do it for you. Exit partial positions at targets, close positions at market turns. Monitor your daily P&L. Okay, so reality with trading, or some days are going to be better than other days, just reality. All right, so make sure you're monitoring your daily P&L. Your daily P&L is just like any trade. You really want three outcomes on a daily basis: large gain, small gain, or small loss. Same thing on any one trade. Okay, so after trading, update your daily log. You can do that in a number of ways, either spreadsheet or even a manual log. The idea of this is really to learn from each day. I've been trading for a long time, and my goal is to continually be the best trader that I can be. And it's just a matter of taking a look at what you did that day and eliminate any mistakes that you may have made along the way. All right, check at the end of the day, make sure you're canceling any open orders or positions. Set your system to global simulation mode. Now, one thing I like about NinjaTrader, if you put your system in global simulation mode, it will alert you if you've got any open orders or open positions. Okay, so it's kind of a good check there. Okay, again, monitor your daily P&L, set your system to global simulation mode, and note any lessons for the day. All right, so we've kind of covered these things. I'll just cover them very quickly again. Make sure you're taking system trades, don't over leverage. Plan for positive expectancy. Positive expectancy, if you're trading in a discretionary way, which most of us are, the way that you're most likely going to have a positive expectancy is if you have a tool that's going to let your winners run, because you need those you need to capture some of those big moves to offset any small losses. All right, so using stops, another thing you can do in your trading to protect your capital, using stops. The other thing I'll mention about using stops is you'd be surprised, or maybe you won't be surprised, if you're hitting stops, it's oftentimes an indication that you are on the wrong side of the market. Okay, so the majority of the time, if you're hitting stops, the majority of the time you're on the wrong side of the market. So consider if you are stopped out of a position in reversing that trade. All right, so I'm not going to read this entire screen for you, but essentially you want to treat everything like a business. Main thing you want to do is just be very persistent and don't give up on your trading. If you started trading and it's not working exactly the way that you hoped it would, I think you'll find a lot of value in what we're talking about here in terms of trading with the system not being over leveraged. If you can do those two things, you're going to make some major advances in your trading. All right, so I see a lot of questions in the room. Let me go ahead and read some of those questions. See, there's a question on, well, there is a link in the room. So if you want to come to our live webinar tomorrow morning at 10, please do register. If you send an email to support@NaviTrader.com too, we'll make sure that you get invited to tomorrow's live session. The indicator name that we showed you is the Navi PM indicator. Yes, it can be used for scalping. Do your indicators work with tick charts? Yes, they work with any chart that's supported by the NinjaTrader platform. All right, so I'm just kind of scrolling through the questions here. Yeah, I see a comment, the Russell and the Dow do have micro contracts. That's correct. Okay, so let me go ahead and kind of run through a few more of these slides, and then we'll come back and review for any more questions. All right, so if you do send an email to support@NaviTrader.com, we're going to make sure you get these 5 free trader gifts. And our suggestion here is if you want to make 2022 your best year ever, get started now. And I would add to that 2023. It's not too late to start on 2023. All right, so some things very quickly that are unique to what we offer here at NaviTrader. What we offer here at NaviTrader is a multi-year subscription to our charts and indicators. There are actually 8 different indicators that we provide. However, there's only several that you really need. The Navi bars are an indicator, and the Navi PM is an indicator. We have unique automated trailing stops, unique price bars, unique training program, trading plan template. We'll send you that template that you can use to develop your trading plan. We have unique automated setup signals and a risk management plan. All right, so for everyone in attendance here today, we've got a special, it's our 20-year anniversary special. We've been here since 2002. All right, so our special today, instead of 1 year of our trend indicators, which are the indicators that I've shown you here, you're going to get 2 years of the trend indicators. The trend indicators include the automated setup signals. The automator signals are actually the buy and sell signals. You're also going to get 2 years of our trade finder. All of our training videos. We have many hours of training videos on our member website. We also provide unlimited support for the entire 2 years of your membership. And if you sign up on today's special, if you renew after 2 years, you'll get the same special. The unlimited support too, we provide that several ways. Email, our 800 support line. And also we have the ability to directly connect to your computer with your permission and help you in that way as well. All right, so speaking of the phone too, here at NaviTrader, we do answer the phone. We're very responsive on our tech support. All right, so when people sign up for our program, we do a one-on-one personal mentoring session where we help set up your chart workspace. I'll set it up the same way that I trade every day. You can set up our charts on up to 2 computers, 2 of your own computers. And we help you with the installation, configuration, and go over any questions you have on our charts and indicators or the NinjaTrader platform as well. All right, so with this 20-year anniversary special bonus, you're also going to get 3 months in our training room. That training room is open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. All right, so you get all this for $34.77. However, for the first 20 to respond, we're going to give you a $1,500 savings. So just send an email to support@NaviTrader.com. And that brings that down to 1977. All right, so 1977. Okay, so our 800 numbers on the screen, our support email is also on the screen. And let me quickly just double check on the questions, make sure we've answered everything. Also, if you did have a question and you don't feel it was totally answered for whatever reason, just send an email to support@NaviTrader.com. We'll be glad to respond to that. We have somewhat limited time here today. All right, so again, for everyone in attendance today, if you click on that link in the chat area, you can register for our live session tomorrow morning. It's at 10 a.m. Eastern. I see a question, is volume flow a big part of your indicator algorithm? Actually, our indicator algorithm is a proprietary, and it's actually built into each price bar. So the price bars are colored either green or red, just depending on which way that particular bar moved. See a question, what's the difference between a long signal and a long alert? It's actually the same thing. All right, so I think we've covered most of the questions here. And I believe this session is being recorded and live streamed on YouTube as well. I do want to give a big thank you to people at NinjaTrader, and I want to compliment them on a very fantastic trading platform. If for whatever reason you're not using NinjaTrader yet, I do urge you download it, start using it. It's an amazing tool. Also want to compliment NinjaTrader on a fantastic job of customer support. And that's something that we believe in here at NaviTrader too, customer support. All right, so with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Thomas. And again, thanks everyone for joining us. Hope we see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern.
All right. Well, thank you again, Steve, for taking the time to share with us today. If you enjoyed today's session, we hope you will join us in future events. We would like to remind you that the information provided was that of NaviTrader and not of NinjaTrader. All information was for educational purposes and should not be construed as trading advice. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we hope to see you in future trading webinars. Happy trading from all of us here at NinjaTrader.